Yo, what is going on everyone? Guiding Light here, and in this one, I just want to very quickly explain how I was able to get through Forging Matrix Europa Smuggle. So you'll get to this quest step, and it will tell you to deliver cargo and stash cargo. So it's a little bit confusing at first. I want to show you guys how I was able to complete it, because it was a bit challenging. It took about 10 minutes. So you may notice around the map that it's telling you to go to these different objective points, and you'll notice that there's these crates. Now when you pick up the crate, you cannot sprint with it, and you'll see at the top of your screen, it says that you're carrying heavy cargo. So if you do not sprint, you'll see that it stays in your inventory and you can drop it off in these nearby bays. Now you drop them off in the bays, but you'll notice that you don't really get much progress, and so you may be a bit confused. So that's where it says to deliver cargo and stash cargo. So in those little bays, you can stash the cargo, but you will not earn progress until you fully on deliver it. Now these inspections will come around every so often, and you'll see that there's a timer there. Now, I never got it to proc because I never had anything in my inventory, but I do believe that when that inspection goes off, you want to make sure that you have all your cargo stashed away. So don't have it in your inventory. Now, like I said, I never tested it out because I just went and destroyed the enemies. But when you pick these cargo back up, so once they're gone, you can pick them back up. And you'll notice now that it says to deliver them or to put them in the stash. So we're going to deliver it so that we can earn progress. You have to do this 3 times with 3 different cargoes. And I'm going to show you guys where they're at. So once you have it in your inventory, you'll want to bring the cargo back here into these drop boxes. So you'll see that there's this downward facing arrow, which confirms that you can actually drop these off. So when you bring them back, there's going to be a bunch of enemies back here. You want to watch out and be a little bit careful. Now, once you've dropped off that cargo, though, you can go ahead, take out the rest of these enemies so that they're not in your way next time. And you should earn progress for that first one. So I found that first cargo box right at the start of the mission. Now, if we head back inside, we have a second piece of cargo, which I already put in the stash from the beginning. There were those 2 boxes in the starting room where I was able to go and stash those away. So very quickly, again, before the timer ran out, I don't know if it matters, but before that timer hit 0, I just went ahead and took the cargo and I dropped it off. So it was never actually in my inventory when the inspector was around. Go ahead and dropped it off. And now, again, these heavy enemies will come in. And at first I wasn't going to take them out, but I just went ahead, took out all of the heavy enemies very quickly. Now, once they were all gone, I took out basically almost all the enemies in the room at this point because they were just getting a bit annoying. But I could not find my third piece of cargo. So it kept telling me that the third piece of cargo was here in the back room, but I simply could not find it. So again, I took out even more enemies thinking maybe eventually the cargo would spawn or it had something to do with these golden lights because I never found out what those were for. But instead, I was able to luckily find the another piece of cargo back here. So if you guys are struggling to find any extra cargo pieces, they may be back here in this corner. It looks like they sort of spawn back there. Now we have all 3 pieces of cargo. You just need to simply bring this back to the stash. And again, there will be a high level enemy in the back once you get here, and you will need to take them out when you're done. So you just simply drop off the third piece of cargo and take out the remaining enemies. Now, at this point, there's actually another objective. It says to load cargo onto the exfil hawk, which is a bit difficult when running solo. All you have to do, though, is capture these 3 objective points, which will pop up while defeating the endless swarm of enemies. So this part wasn't really all that confusing. It's more of just a secure and capture objective. After this, though, the mission will end without spoiling too much. I just wanted to explain how to get past that first part of that objective point because it was a bit confusing at first. So hopefully this helps, and I will catch you in the next one.